Hello, hello. Let's do a volume check. I don't know if I can hear you. No, no mic yet. I'm just waiting to see the little ring around your picture light up.
As I
Oh,
change it,
there it
yeah,
is.
just my microphone was
Was the button was pressed? It was muted.
yes.
Oh man, thanks Muck for posting the portfolio. Uh, how's it going? Would you like
Hello,
to
how are you? Fine.
introduce yourself?
Yeah. So hello everybody. Hello the chat, and my name is Rachid. So I'm French. Yeah, you can hear it in my accent. I think.
I might be weird. I like the French accent. I don't know why.
Yeah, girls say like this too, but I think it's just French people don't like French accent.
I get it because it's like people like I if I speak Swedish here or try to, I'm gonna have an
Yeah,
American accent on top of it, and
yeah.
I can hear it. I know it's there. I don't like it.
But you're the only one who don't like it. Everybody say, "Yo, it's sexy, it's good."
uh, I can guarantee you, Swedish with an American accent is not sexy. Uh,
Yes, Swedish alone is not sexy. I think.
I'll
Just
stick with
kidding.
Swinglish. We'll just Swinglish our way through.
Yeah,
But
it's.
let's let's
Do
look
you
at
want to
your.
try to
Oh
try
my
the?
god.
Do you want to do a live in Swedish?
Oh no, 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 no. Oh
So
man.
yeah, so I just graduated 2 years ago from school,
Mhm.
and I'm still looking for my first job in
Okay.
game. So yeah,
So you're trying to figure out like what you need to do in order to like push yourself.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think I need to still keep going and progress to have this dream job, if we can
Right.
say like this.
So okay. Let's try and break this down. So you want so you're saying material artist or texture artist and an environment artist.
Yeah,
Um do you have a preference on those? Because usually I would suggest going in one direction or the other.
yeah. Like technically, I
Hmm.
prefer to make material, but it's like everyone telling me it's something that's really hard to find as a job, and it's something really specific. So I in school I learned like 3D basis and environment art in general, and I take sometimes alone to learn substance designer.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah. So I mean, despite it like a field being difficult, I would just like just if that's what you want to do, just go for it. Because like you'll get if you're passionate about what you're working on, you will you'll end up excelling at it. I think more
Yeah,
so, or like
but
being able to push yourself a little bit further faster. And yeah, so I think if you want to do materials, just go for it. If you want to do environments, go for that.
the problem is at the beginning I wanted to do just material.
Hmm.
So I had a period like I focused on only on the designer and making material,
Hmm.
but then I started to work a little bit more on my props and environment, and I rediscover the fun in environment art. So now
Oh,
it's tight, you know,
I
something
mean,
like, oh no, I don't know if I want the blonde girl or the brune girl. Can I have the two?
yeah.
No, it's not possible.
I mean,
Something
okay,
like this.
so let's see here. I think I think it's great that you like making materials. The fact that you have fallen in love with making environments again is great because like if you want to make environments, then you can do that and you've got a little bit of knowledge in substance designer in order to make the materials that you need for your environments.
Yeah,
Whereas like a lot of environment artists are struggling with like, oh, I need to learn substance designer too because I need to have my own materials in my environment. You
yeah,
kind of you've got that part out of the way and you can just work on polishing your materials and getting better at the materials well, you actually build your environments.
But like I was thinking about material, and I think maybe it's something that's gonna be useful in the future, because we have like soft like alchemist and like material library you can take and you can use. So it's something I think a lot. I'm seeing like, is it useful to spend time in material even if you know that big like triple A studio gonna take libraries,
Mm,
if you know what I mean.
yeah, trying to think of like, so when I look at your portfolio, um, the first thing I would do is combine your materials together.
Yeah,
Like they were saying that a little bit in chat here, um, and just unify those. And then also, when I say unify, I mean just have the materials all like next to each other. But then also take your environments, combine those. Right, that'll happen naturally because you move the materials. And if you want to do environment art, I put your environments first, and
yeah,
then I would just I would just say environment artist up here
okay,
because by seeing this the shader, right, or the material ball,
yeah,
you'll already know like, oh, okay, materials, like this person is interested in
okay,
materials and at least has some understanding of it because of what you're seeing in the thumbnail.
okay,
um, what's really weird about materials I find is because I see the material ball, the material has to be really crazy for me to want to click on it,
yeah,
you know. And
yeah, yeah, I can feel you.
yeah, I think when I look at your thumbnails, so first I would probably, just looking at the thumbnails, I'd probably remove uh, the Escape the Tomb VR thing, the New York City Metro, and the fan art, mainly because they just these the Escape the Tomb and the New York Metro scene, at least from the thumbnails, like yeah, this is 3 years old now.
Yeah,
I would remove it just because it's only going to bring the portfolio down from like what you're
okay.
working on now. Like this one's 8 months ago. This one's 2 years ago. Are you moving them around in order? Are
I
you
moved them recently, I think.
okay? Yeah, I would just so first I consolidate the materials into one area, environments into one area, and then remove some of your oldest
Yeah,
environments. And if you're not feeling it with the environment scenes, I I mean don't be afraid to remove them all as long as you're as long as that doesn't freak you out.
the thing is like my okay, I agree with you about the New York the metro scene.
Mm.
I was thinking about removing, but the thing about the Escape the Tomb VR, it's like, is it good to have a piece in portfolio to say like, I we made a game and we make a VR game, even if it's not great compared to the other piece.
Um, I mean, so if I look at the thumbnail, I don't know that it's like it's a group project, is what it is. Is that
Yeah,
what you were saying? Okay. Um, oh, nice. Okay, yeah, yeah. So if it's a group project and it's interactive, without mousing over it to see that it says VR in here, I mean, still seeing VR, I'm not sure that I know it's interactive.
yeah,
Um, so putting something on the thumbnail to like imply
yeah, okay.
that would probably take this a little bit further. I
Like
do,
a small logo VR, a small
yeah,
logo.
or like a maybe like a name for it, like
Okay,
Escape the Tomb. Like you made a game, right? So
yeah,
just
yeah.
like go the full,
Trademark,
like go
like,
all the way in and like make the logo for the Escape the Tomb and just put it on there like it's a game logo. Um,
yeah,
it's similar to like, is this Fusion? This is a trailer.
yeah. This is a we made like a cinematic game trailer. It's a group project again. We work with a sound designer from Montreal.
Hmm. Yeah, because see the with this one, without looking at it, it's just looking at the thumbnail. This already tells me there's something bigger going on here instead of just a scene.
Okay,
And it's the same with this. If this had like the logo, it would say a lot. Because
yeah,
while I'm an artist, I mean, it's weird. When I got into games, it was like I was just focusing on art, and I just wanted to be really good at art. But the longer
Yeah,
I've been in games, the more I've been thinking about the overall picture of the game itself. So it's becoming more of a game developer. And
yeah,
I think someone who thinks like that would appreciate this, and then someone who's really thinking about just art won't look at this.
okay,
If that makes sense, or they'll be
yeah,
like, I mean, it's cool, it's interactive and stuff, but the scene isn't really pushing it.
oh,
And if it's a group project, I don't even know if you built the stuff without reading the description. So
okay,
it gets really complicated and convoluted really quickly with like how people are viewing content
yeah.
once it becomes interactive and a group project.
I feel
Uh,
like Artstation
yeah,
is more art for art, you know. It's not really to show that you can make game, but it's more like showing that you can make great stuff in games.
yeah, no, I agree with that. There's a few other departments, right? But it's
Yeah.
definitely more visual centric. I think by adding that logo, this is your like this is the moment when you can be like, this is a game or
Okay.
this is interactive is the thumbnail, right?
Okay, I will do it. Yes.
Um, because I think actually knowing that, I think you could keep this, maybe finding a better angle. Um, and just scrolling through this to see what all is in here. Yeah, because I think finding a really interesting angle would help the thumbnail,
Okay.
and then framing it around like a logo. Um, I would still remove the metro scene just because of
Yeah, yeah.
how old it is. There's a lot of scale issues with the materials, and yeah,
It's
I
like
mean
the first
it's been a
environment
while, right?
I ever do. Yeah.
What's up?
It's like the first environment I ever do, I think, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, dude, that explains why you'd want to keep it on there as well, right? It's like
Not really.
remembering.
It's more like because I my portfolio is like missing environment.
Hmm. Oh, so you
So
feel obligated to keep it in there?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Um,
It's more for this that not really a sentiment about.
right. So let's go through. So this was also a group project. What was
Yeah, so
your?
it was like we were four groups, and each group has to take care of a part of
Mhm.
the cinematic. So there was like the city group, the forest group, the
Oh,
laboratory
so
group.
a group was controlling each scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with another student, we make like the forest group when the robots are coming, like from the from the forest to
Yeah, these guys.
yeah
And they're cutting the trees down. This is terrible.
yeah
Why would
yeah,
you do that?
of the nature.
Oh man, dude, this reminds me of Matthew O'Halloran's tree with the sap that's glowing. And anyways, oh man, okay. So okay, I understand the scope of this, and these breakdowns really help. This is definitely showing its age with the way that the characters are modeled
Yeah, yeah,
and the like how everything is interacting. I feel like it's just I think your portfolio just needs um, refreshing is all. Like this isn't bad. It's just like it's really, I mean, that's not that crazy. There's some geometry in there that doesn't need to be there
okay,
in order to maintain this look. And then in this one, I would say like it's just pushing understanding materials and making this material feel more
yeah.
accurate to the type of material it's trying to be, right? Um, Scroll through this. I would avoid putting a glow on everything just because it'll affect the way that you visualize the material.
Glow is gold.
Is it just because it's glowing gold?
No, it's just because glow is good.
I was like, what do you mean?
We like shiny, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so if you want if you want shiny, I see what you did there. Hang on here. So if you want shiny, I would totally do this. So of course, like this outside area, you would remove all of this, right?
Yeah.
But then where you want that glow, if you wanted to cheat it, which is totally okay for post-processing type of passes,
Okay.
you could blur this, turn it up a little bit, and then just do a screen, and then add a mask to it, invert the mask, and then just paint on the mask where you want the glow to happen. And then immediately the metal will look more shiny.
Yeah.
But yeah, avoid the glow. The old blur over overlay screen. Oh, fake bloom.
Yeah, Chris, totally.
uh, Chris is calling me out. I feel it. It's okay. He can call me out. Uh, but and I appreciate the breakdown of the materials in here. It's whenever I see these types of breakdowns, I always wonder like when I see them, what is being packed. And at least in this scenario, it's easy to see the order.
Yeah.
And so it's like you've got occlusion, roughness, and metal packed into this texture, which is cool because it lets me know that you're understanding how to like pack masks in order to lower the count of
Yeah,
streaming
to optimize
streaming
the.
textures.
Yeah.
When we look at your, actually, let me look at this guy really fast. So overall, like the sculpting on this is really interesting. The end execution of the materials is where this is breaking down, I think. The water is kind of, I think the water is okay to be there. Like usually I would say this looks like it would be really weird, but I think if you could get effects of like the splash, even if you're placing it in the scene and it's
Okay.
not actually an effect of like the water splashing up against the, what is this, a Tory?
Yeah.
You say that?
Yeah.
um, I think if you get that splashing effect, that would really kind of bring it together with the environment that it's in, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And then it's about like you've got the aging and the paint being chipped away at the bottom because that's where the water is. If
Yeah.
you have like some roughness variation to show like where things are wet, where it becomes saturated with water, the value of the albedo goes down and the saturation goes up. So just getting
Okay.
those types of details is really gonna kind of pull it all together. And then there's like this splotchy stuff on the top here. Um, I think if it had more reason to where it was at, that would really push the overall image. Because right now it feels like it's just kind of happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas like if it was on the top edge, maybe this is like where birds are sitting and they're just shitting everywhere. And they're just putting poop all
That's
over the
some
side
big
here.
fucking birds.
Pardon my French.
Yeah. French. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. But I think that's how you bring the elements all together, right? And by adding logic to the way things are aging and how things are dirty and where they're dirty will help kind of, like I was saying, just tie everything together. Um, yeah, I mean the sculpting stuff looks pretty cool, and I think
Yeah.
that with how it's how you're showing it in this final shot doesn't really show off that material
Yeah.
or that work, right?
I
And,
think as Dr. No said, I think I could use lighting could use more work maybe.
yeah, I agree with that. It feels really bright down here, but then
Yeah.
somehow, like, see how this side's lit, but then this side's shadowed. I don't know where the light is coming from.
Yeah.
Like there's shadows here and there's shadows here, but somehow this is lit.
The
um
same.
yeah.
This is flat.
And it's giving that flat look. And then the metal in the middle, I think understanding how the metal is put together is like from a PBR mindset is going to push those materials further. Like, let
Yeah.
me see if I can just like do this really fast. Just a weird way to do it. It's all good. It's all good.
Always good.
Yeah, because even by
Yeah,
doing that, it's all of a sudden it's a little bit more
yeah.
tuned. Whereas like before, yeah, man, that's so weird how quickly that just kind of fixes some of the weirdness. But the I see with the other ranges, you'll notice in the shadows as well. They don't really have a color to them. Oh, look
Yeah.
at that raid! Hey, thank you for that raid. They don't really have a color to them, and I think you're missing that the ambient lighting. Like the blue from the sky should be pretty prevalent in the shadows,
Okay.
and that's just, like it's just not there. I think the water is like, is that water actually interacting with the?
Yeah.
That's freaking cool, man.
This is from, I think, if I remember, from Ramset.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it's
like
super nice,
playing with some displacement.
dude. It's crazy. Let's look at the. So for the people who just joined the raid, welcome. Thanks for the raid, Diva. How you doing? We're on the last of our 4 portfolios. Um, and I'm sorry, I'm just gonna jump in on this recording, and then we'll get back to your stuff, good sir. Basically, we just do a portfolio review. We take about 30 minutes per portfolio, and then if they sign up with the call, then I call them and we just talk about what they're doing, where they could work on it, and then where they're going, like what they're working on now. So, but yeah. Anyways,
Hello.
let's get yes, hello. Let's get back to your portfolio because this is your time.
Yeah.
So I think with combining the materials, reordering it to the environments being prioritized, some thumbnail adjustments, and removing anything like specifically the metro scene. I think is
Yeah.
where
Super.
you can remove that and then put a logo on this, do some adjustments to this, and with the reorganizing, I think that'll help quite a bit. The fan art, I I'm trying to figure out like what to. I
Mhm.
think you should remove this one as well,
Yeah.
uh, unless you remove the fan art text on here. I think you could post
Okay.
this, but the base color is very saturated. I mean, it doesn't really show that you want to be like style. Like, do you want to be a realistic artist? Because if you do, it shouldn't be in here. If it's fan art, usually I would say don't do it unless you're executing on a level that looks like it's at least to the quality of like a game
Okay.
or a movie, um, for that specific thing. It's because you're always going to be compared to it, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's just safer if this isn't in there. Um, trying to think. So, first, do you have any questions, and then we can talk about um, what you're working on now or what you're trying to do now.
Not really. You answer all my questions during the review, so I'm fine.
Yeah, Muck saying if you made another thumbnail of the tea set, it could be pretty cool.
Okay.
Um, cool. Okay, so what are you up to now? Like what's your plans?
So, like almost 6 months ago, I
Hmm.
took a mentorship with the Mentor Coalition with Joby Carmaker,
Oh yeah, nice.
and we started to work on an environment. And
Hmm.
then when we finished the mentorship, I keep going on it a small time. Then I had a big motivation, like loss of motivation.
Hmm.
So I stopped 3D during 4 to 5 months,
Oh man. Okay. Yeah.
and then I just wake up myself and said, "Okay, you have to work, but not
You're like it's go
n-
time.
no pressure," because I
Yeah.
was putting so much pressure from the school, from the work, from I have to find a job, it's an obligation, and I stopped this, and I say just I will go with the flow, and we will see
Yeah,
where we're going.
yeah. I mean, if you're like you were saying, you found like a like a new passion when you started working on environments again.
Yeah,
Like I think the main thing to help yourself, especially when you feel like either down or you're putting too much pressure on yourself, is to step back and go, okay, well, which things do I like doing? What's fun? Because when that's fun, you'll have a much better time.
yeah.
So okay,
So
so
I
yeah,
get
go
back
ahead.
on the mentorship environment I was working on, and I push it a little bit. So if you want to share screen, I can show you.
Yeah, yeah. Let's go for it. So you're gonna share your screen.
Yep, yep. Where is
All right,
it?
I
Up
will pop it
here.
out and move it to the other screen here.
Can you see?
I see green right now. There we go. Oh yes, this scene, dude. Immediately, uh,
So yeah,
we press F11. I think full
yeah,
screen that.
full screen. Yeah.
Yeah, man, dude. So looking at this already, it's
Oh, you
it's
didn't see anything.
yeah, yeah. This is already a lot stronger than your previous stuff.
Yeah, I know
Like this is a
because
huge
I had
upgrade
fun.
because you had fun.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
dude. It's the best energy. It's the fun energy. Um,
Yeah,
so dude, this looks much better. I think when it comes
thank you.
down to like when I look at this scene, everything is very warm, right? So if there's any way to like bring in some cooler colors.
So what I made, it's like I break the room in two. So I
Hmm.
have the living room and the bedroom, and I
Those
have the
drapes do look
bath
dope.
just here. So it's still work in progress, but
Is that a dancing room? What's going on in here? What is this?
no, it's it's a bath.
Oh, it is. I
you,
see it, dude. I was ready to
you,
start dancing.
you, you can dance in it too, but it's more to shower.
It's a disco bath, dude. This is yeah.
Yeah. So it's still a work in progress, and like it's more like a
Mm.
blockout.
So
But
you,
I
so
want
right
to
off
do.
of the bat, I'm just gonna straight up interrupt you
Yeah, yeah,
uh because I don't want to lose this. So your environment is literally two scenes, and I would split those into two, and not
okay.
focus on the pool until you do the room,
Yeah,
because
that's
then you
what
can do the
I'm
room and you
doing.
can yeah okay
Yeah, yeah. It's like I just put the base color and block out and blocking the bath to try to get the right shape and the right proportion.
hmm
And then I just, when I was happy with it, I just get back on my main room.
yeah. I mean
So
this is almost
I will
you're
finish.
getting close. Because
Yeah,
I would
look.
say there's probably enough props in there, and it's like paying attention to the ceiling to make sure that it doesn't look that it looks finished. Like
Yeah,
is the beam on the top, is that wood?
this one.
Yeah, yeah, that one.
No, it's concrete.
It's concrete because it's got some
Yeah,
band lines in it, and
yeah,
I'm
because it's
but yeah, go
it's
ahead.
it's a shitty beam
Yeah.
because I take my wall and just scale it.
Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, I mean, you just have to what, get a triplanar material on there.
Yeah, I have to change the tiling, and so it'll be okay.
Yeah, because
I
if you
guess.
get yeah, fix the banding, and then I'm trying to think of what else you need to do in here. And then, like I was saying, even though the light outside is quite bright and warm, remember that the sky outside, if this is Earth, and I believe this is Earth, the sky is blue, right? So
Yeah,
you're going to be getting more ambient, like blue colors in
yeah.
there.
I think I need. I put in one on my feedback that I need to get back my sky because it's too. It's like the value are I cranked up. I think
Right.
I
Oh, so
even
you
put a
just
like
Yeah, so it's actually
You can
bright as
show.
all hell out here.
Yeah, yeah. I put like a terrain placeholder
Hmm.
to see if I can get some outside the horizon.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but
not
I need
it's very
to.
subtle out there. I mean,
Yeah,
I understand that it's pretty bright out there. There should be ways to control the instant blind outside. There's like a large explosion going off constantly. It's like so I would just suggest seeing if you can in the ambient just turn up the blue.
okay.
And I don't know if it's as simple as that. Let me see if I can just gonna move this out of the way so people can look at your scene. I just took a screenshot of it and I'm just gonna do. Oh yeah, there's like I have no control over. So it's so warm that there's no way for me to bring blue in 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 Photoshop in a clean way. Um,
You can paint it.
I can paint the blue. Yeah, I could
Yeah,
overlay it. Yeah.
let's
Let
show
me-
your driving skill.
Okay. So I pasted the picture and then did a
Okay,
auto tone on it, and now I'm just gonna put blue on this, right? I'll do like a what overlay. Oh man, maybe lower this. It's just getting some color in there that's not the warm, right?
yeah,
If I invert this, and then just kind of adding it into areas where just because it'll add some difference, and you don't want it down there
like
though.
maybe in the skylight.
In the skylight? Oh, you mean through
If I put
here?
some blue in the skylight. No, in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in real.
In Unreal, yeah. The skylight needs to be more intense, is what Chris is saying.
Okay, because it's really simple now. I will just try to see how
Muck
much.
says you could try adjustments as well after you've increased the skylight,
Okay,
if that's not enough.
yeah, it's point
Let's
seventy
see if we
five.
can let's move this out of the way so people can see what you're. So your skylight's 0.75 right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
When Chris says crank it up, I wonder what he means by that. Like, what are we talking value wise? I like this. We're at 32 minutes. This is fine. I after we look at this for a little bit, then we can get out. No, so
and,
intensity scale is 0.75 for the skylight.
yeah, and it's blue.
So
I
just I
already
mean
have an
turn it up
explanation.
to
I can
like
do it.
turn it up to like 2. I want to see what it
I no, that's don't change. Because
Oh, cuz you need to build lighting.
it's yeah.
Can you
Okay,
make it movable? Does that do it? I mean that's bringing it in. What's it? Yeah, lower it a little bit more. So you put it to point. Okay. But you can see what I'm saying. Like if you can get
yeah, yeah.
that other color in there, that's really going to help
Okay,
the overall image. But dude, this is like I think if you could get any movement in here, that would be super nice. I don't know
yeah, yeah.
how.
I will add them. It's on the way, but it's like more a finishing thing.
Yeah, man,
I
this
try
looks cool.
to stay focused on each step at the time because it's something I have in my work. Like I want to make everything in the same time, and I'm seeing like I need to do this, to do this, to do this, and then I'm pressure myself, and I'm lost in work. So now I just have a timeline, and
Hmm.
I made thing each step at a time.
Okay, you're gonna get a wall of text in your Discord. It's just me pasting what they were saying and it's what they're
Okay,
saying in chat.
thank you.
Yeah, just because they're like Chris is making a lot of suggestions, so is Ben Wilson Quilly Willy. Just things like Ben suggesting making the pillars white,
Okay,
which could be interesting. You could try that out. That's a pretty easy thing to do.
yeah, yeah.
Chris is also suggesting that you could fake the skylight bounce with a blue bounce card
Okay,
and
I
then
don't
remove the
know how do
card.
you do this.
I so I've never done that. I assume the card is just not casting shadow, and it's blue. So when you do a lighting bake, any lighting that hits that card bounces that blue color upwards and starts to hit everything,
And
and then you hide the card.
where can you find this?
I think it would just be a plane with the blue
Ah, okay,
material. Oh,
like
Chris
a
says white
ray
polygon
gun.
card outside the window. Put blue spotlight on it. All right, I'm gonna just. I've never, Chris. I've never done that before.
Ah, okay. I think
Yeah, I just
if
posted that in chat too. So you got that one.
it is like you have to like have a wall and project a spotlight with the color in it, and with the bounce, it will come back in the room.
Hmm.
Am I right or not?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what Chris is saying.
I just have plain no shadow on it. Okay.
Chris teaches it to all of his
Okay.
mentees because you get a better and softer gradient. But yes, exactly what he's saying. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
Okay.
This scene's looking
Thank
good,
you.
man. This is a huge step from your other stuff.
Yeah.
If you need any other feedback, definitely keep posting it in the Discord because um,
Yeah.
I think this
Ju-
is going to be
Just
really
just
really nice for your portfolio. Yeah, go ahead.
just have to say that a big thank you to the Dynasty community, because you're so great guys and
Dude,
always
they're
on a
so active,
a lot
man.
of feedbacks. Yeah, they are insane. Like I think they're robots. They're not sleeping at all. I can
uh,
connect at any time of the night or the day. They will be there and keep giving feedbacks like
oh man, that's super good to hear.
they're crazy. Yeah, good community there. Thank you, guys.
All right, well, you guys heard that. um, but awesome, man. I look forward to seeing more of your more of this scene as it develops.
Yeah, me
It
too.
looks like it's really close, and then once you've got that one done, we can work on
Yeah,
your other scene.
and I had a small question. Like,
Yeah.
you can answer in the chat too. For the next project, I'm thinking about something like take some Megascan asset and make a scene, like put a scene together and just focus on composition and lighting. Is it something like recruiters look at, or it is
I mean,
more like creativity that being judged?
I think that's totally fine as long as it's stated that it's like a composition exercise, right? And it's
Okay.
like the title could be like Mega Scans composition exercise. And
Okay.
if you're saying that, then you're going to be in a pretty good spot. Chris said he made one yesterday just by doing compositional work using other people's assets. Dude, I do it all the time at work, man.
No,
That's
no.
like
This guy is cheating. He's crazy. This Chris, because I saw his
you saw his challenge.
Artstation's challenge. Yeah,
Yeah.
he have no right to do something like this when we struggle.
Dude, Chris is mega scans. Like he literally just looks at things and then he looks back at his monitor and it's in 3D.
Okay.
But I don't. So we get back to it a little bit. I think it's totally fine to do that as long as your whole portfolio is not that, right? Because
Okay.
it's an exercise and it's you showing that you can do composition and that you understand how things are supposed to be placed together in order to make a scene that looks logical and has reasoning behind it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it also sounds like it's kind of a nice break. Like once you make a scene, then you can go do that, and you can just have your fun and make the environment you want to make,
Yeah.
and just focus on composition. Which is like we were saying in the last portfolio. It's like you're focusing on one
One thing
thing,
at a time.
and you're just trying to get better at that one specific thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool, man.
Can I show you just a last thing and I
Yeah,
stop?
yeah, we'd be real quick.
Yeah. It's just something I have. Share your screen. Like it's a artist I did for Gameloft sometimes ago,
Hmm.
like last year, 2 years ago, and I was thinking if it's interesting to put it on my Artstation.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I would put that on your art station. It needs a little bit of adjustments
Yeah.
and like like this doesn't look like metal to me. I'm not sure if the metalness is up there, but I think this this looks cool. This is already ground coffee, right?
Yeah,
Um, I think the only other thing I would say is maybe if you were able to increase the resolution of the
yeah.
textures on the outside.
It was like one. It was one of the, how do you say this?
Is it like the criteria or the
Yeah, one of
requirements?
the criteria. Yes, so 1K texture, if I remember.
Muck says to make the coffee a little darker, the coffee grounds.
Okay,
He knows, man. He grinds that coffee all the time.
coffee drinker here.
But cool, yeah. I think
Okay,
just a few adjustments, resolution, checking the metalness, and then making sure that the coffee grounds are dark enough. And then I would totally post that. I think that's fine on your portfolio.
okay, okay. Thank you.
But yeah, cool, man. Thanks for sharing your portfolio and
Thanks to you for
all
the
the
review.
yeah,
For,
dude. The new stuff's
sorry
gonna
for
be
my
good.
French accent.
Oh, don't be sorry. I enjoyed it.
I like this too.
uh, anyways, all right. Have a good one, dude.
Thank you. Thank you very
Yeah,
much, guys.
yeah.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Later.